You should be asking women what it means to be a woman, especially trans women, what it means to be women.
I'm asking all kinds of people. Can anyone have an opinion about it?
Only people who are women. But it's not like I come around and say what a gay man is allowed to be.
So you're saying if you're not a woman, then you shouldn't have an opinion.
Where does a guy get a right to say what a woman is? Women only know what women are.
Are you a cat?
No.
Can you tell me what a cat is?
This is actually a genuine mistake. I'm sorry I make you look good.
You want to tell us what a woman is?
You're just a bigot, you can go.
Oh, what makes me a bigot, ma'am? Or sir? I'm not sure. I didn't misgender you, did I?
Oh, please, go fuck yourself.
Oh, that's not very ladylike.
Oh, now you're fucking misgendering me.
How dare you?
Ladylike.
Oh, well, what are you exactly?
None of your fucking business. What are you?
But you said I misgendered you. If I don't know what you are, how can I not misgender you?
Statistically, it is true that Asians, right, on average, make more money, better test scores, get into better colleges, all that stuff. I think the question is, why is that? And I don't know, model minority, whatever that label wants to mean.
That's actually a myth because we cannot be...
Well, no, listen. Well, let me finish my point. We need to observe what makes people successful and unsuccessful. And I think when you look at trends that are generally true in the Asian community, not of everyone, but are generally true, usually you have families that are sticking together. You have people are taught to work hard in school, not get into trouble. I think that translates to why Asians en masse are successful. And I don't think you have to be Asian or white for that matter to not have kids out of wedlock, not, commit crime, not cause trouble or whatever it is. It's just a matter of common sense. That's what makes people successful. And if that's so-called assimilation, having a nuclear family, buying a house, going to school, whatever it is, then yeah, okay, call me a pro-assimilation then.
I think there's a difference between assimilation and erasure.
Yes.
Welcome to 2023, where you basically can now offend people for praising a community for having good values. I mean, the dude basically said, work hard, study, stay out of trouble, and everybody got offended. I mean, that tells me everything I need to know about them. I mean, look at this guy in the green jacket. He's got the emotional maturity of a middle schooler.
I don't get this Sam Smith thing. It just seems like every week he deliberately...
They.
Why is one person they?
Because that's how they identify.
Why have I got to go along with it?
Because they've asked you to.
Sam Smith, to me, he's just on an ever-deteriorating campaign to be as vulgar and offensive as he possibly can. Am I missing something?
He's doing what pop stars have done for decades, which is trying to shock. And the thing that makes it different from other people is that when Justin Timberlake or Rihanna or someone stripped down, they do so because they look good, like their bodies look good. Sam Smith is like pudgy and very ugly.
You know what? You're both cis, white, straight men. You can carry on.
I'm not a cis anything.
First of all, I am white. Secondly, I am a man. Thirdly, I've been out and gay my entire adult life. I was out as gay when you were still prancing around talking about whether or not you were.
You're a shame to the queer
You know what? I tell you who's really embarrassing.
I'm not a member of the queer community, you
hard.
stupid sod.
Men do not menstruate. Only women menstruate. Now, you can call yourself whatever you want.
Cis men don't menstruate, but trans men do menstruate.
No,
Same
they
as
don't.
non-binary people.
Only women.
Menstruating is not exclusive
Yes,
to
it
cis
is.
women. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So explain to me as to why my body menstruated at some point.
Chromosomes.
Imagine that. So explain to me as to why my body menstruated at some point. All I'm going to say is, if a biological man bleeds from his genitalia, he needs a doctor ASAP. That's all I'm going to say. You need to seek medical attention.
Call the damn ambulance! If you're XX and you're young, you menstruate. If you're XY, you don't.
Correct, but what about trans men and non-binary? We're
not
excluding
men.
a whole group of people
They're
who
women
that
dressed
menstruate.
as men.
Well, what's a man to you? You define a man for me.
You have chromosomes that are X and Y. That's what a man is.
So why are we just looking at the science of this as an
The
example
science.
when we've learned sex and gender identity are they're completely different things.
They're not completely different
They are
things.
completely different.
Completely different words.
Sex is what you're born with, the sexual reproductive organs you have. Gender is what you identify with. They're completely
Well, I don't
different
accept that
things.
distinction. You have to argue for it. You're just giving a conclusion. You're just making it up.
If anyone is on the fence about which side to believe, look at their faces. Yeah, that's true. If you compare the man to, I don't even know what the other one is it a woman? I don't even know. But yeah, if you compare the two people, we can see which one's crazy. It's hard to win an argument with a smart person, but it's damn near impossible to win an argument with a stupid person. The woman in black is crazy. I'm with this guy. Finally talk some sense into these people. As a 23-year-old male, I can confirm I do not menstruate. I mean, as if we needed that lesson, do you know what I mean? That's the world we're living in today. This is the result of parents never telling their child no. People have become so delusional that we have to teach them basic biology. I wish my bank account would identify as a millionaire. Yeah, don't we all? He's calm and persistent without being rude. Yeah, he was pretty calm, to be honest. And then the last one, the insanity is so clear in their eyes. That's so true. Look at this. Look at these last 3 people we've just watched. The eyes say it all. Look at their eyes. It's like a window to nothing. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's check out the next clip.
So I just got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question.
Sure.
So I'm applying to go somewhere, and I just wanted to know, are there accommodations for people who struggle with time blindness and being on time?
That's not a real thing.
And then the person I was with interrupted and acted like I was asking something else, and then when we were done, they actually started yelling at me and saying that accommodations for time blindness doesn't exist, and if you struggle with being on time, you'll never be able to get a job.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know, provided you're trying your absolute best to be there. And then they're like, your stupid generation wants to destroy the workplace.
It's true, all of it.
And yeah, I think that a culture where workers are just cut off because they struggle with being on time, when there's other solutions that we can look to, I think that just anybody who thinks it's okay to just treat people like that, yeah, that culture needs to be dismantled.
Power to the people! Burn it down!
And then I asked that person, how can you feel good about yourself upholding this kind of system?
It's actually pretty easy.
And then to think I'm entitled. No, if people think it's okay to treat others like this, that's entitlement.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
There's a strange kind of stupid going through our society. She's holding a smartphone to film a video about time blindness when she could just set an alarm and shut the fuck up like the rest of us. Yeah, it's called wake up earlier and get to work. Her parents failed. Wow, her generation is doomed. You know what? I'll bet money that she never leaves work late due to time blindness. I mean, I bet she only ever has problems getting to work, but leaving work, no problem. Always on time, sometimes even early.
10 ways you say the N-word without saying the N-word.
No, not again, not again.
If you use any of these terms or phrases in reference to black people, you are just as racist as the person that actually uses the N-word. Here are the words.
And here we go.
Thug, ghetto, welfare queen, lazy, race baiter, race grifter, threatening, angry, dangerous. Or you say that we're playing the victim or we are a diversity hire.
Anything else?
What you actually mean to say is the N-word.
Well, that is one way to say it.
Just stop it. If you say these words or phrases, you are calling us the N-word. If you say these ignorant racist terms or phrases around your children, you're also teaching your children to be racist just like you.
Never gets old.
Oh! Basically, you can't criticize her in any shape or form because she's going to take no accountability. If you criticize her, she's going to say, oh, you're racist. Her lack of self-awareness and victimhood status is like galactic levels.
I have a student in one of my classes that's homophobic, transphobic, sexist, purposefully misgenders me. Back in September, I tried to get him moved to another class because it had just been an ongoing issue. And not only was he rude and disrespectful, he was just like not trying and wouldn't take direction, would constantly argue with me. I went to the counselors today. I've been asking for a parent-teacher conference for months now. Hasn't happened. Counselors won't set it up. But when I mentioned the fact that he's misgendering me on purpose, I was told, well, some religions, you know, they don't have to do that because some religions don't agree with that, so they don't have to.
Yo, respect to that kid, standing for what he believes in. Basically the truth. He stands by biology. Oh yeah, crazy liberal, they're so inclusive, but if you disagree with their woke bullshit, then they're gonna try and get you kicked out of class. I mean, look at her little lip quivering, all because they stood up for the kid. You're an adult and you're sitting in your car filming a video, putting it on the internet, and your lips quivering because a kid wouldn't abide by your delusional bullshit.
Living women matter more than potential babies.
What is it?
What do you mean?
If it's a potential baby, what is inside of a woman?
It's a fetus.
Is it living?
No.
How can it grow if it's not living?
Actually, that's like saying if an acorn is a tree.
Fundamentally denying science to validate your opinion.
You actively deny science, ma'am.
How am I denying? What science did I deny, Darby?
Okay, so let's look at some posters of.
Oh look, here we go. She's turning around. She's looking at handwritten posters, the origin of her sources for where she gets her information.
Over here. When does the fetus become living?
That's actually a good question, but that line.
Yeah, of course, because you don't know it.
Gotcha, bitch.
It's living.
Oh.